21-year career at the helm of the York College Wrestling program at the conclusion of this year's national championships. He is the winningest coach in Spartans history, producing a dual meet record of 322 wins, 140 losses, and 3 draws. During his tenure, he was named Metropolitan Conference Coach of the Year 3 times, coached 13 Spartans who garnered 15 All-America honors, including 1 two-time national champion. Additionally, he coached 16 wrestlers who earned 24 Scholar All-America accolades. In 2006, he led the Spartans to the school's first Metropolitan Conference Wrestling Championship, followed by a 5th place finish at the Division III National Tournament, where he was named Division III National Coach of the Year. A 3-time Division III National Qualifier himself, he is the only Spartan wrestler to win 2 Division III Eastern Regional titles, and as a senior earned All-American honors when he placed 4th at 126. Ladies and gentlemen, 2013 NWCA Division III Coaches Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. TomKessler.
Okay, I told Gary not to make me look bad, and he did. His speech was way long, but I will guarantee that I will beat Roger Krebs' record last year for 10 seconds that he went up there and spoke. So, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody. I'm very fortunate in my coaching career, and honestly, tonight is the icing on the cake. Although I'd be more than happy to lead this weekend with a few more Americans. I'd first like to congratulate this year's other inductees, Gary, Ryan, Garrett, and my current assistant, Dwayne Bastress. This obviously is a very special night and day for York College Athletics, as we have 2 alumni being inducted on the same night. A special thanks to Division III Coaches Association, and I know he's not here, but Jay Jones, I know he puts a lot of time and work into making this night an event a success. How does one get started in the great sport of wrestling? Well, I remember in 2008 when we were here, Hall of Famer Rich Oxane, who was my coach, told the story about how he was cut from the baseball team, which crushed him, but it led to opening the doors to a wrestling career and success for him. Well, I dare to say that the answer to this, and I hate to say this, but this 43 years ago, it makes me feel old, I was an aspiring basketball player, all 4 feet something and 72 pounds. When a friend of mine, Mr. Slates, came up and said, you know what, you should try this sport called wrestling, because I can compete against kids my same size and my same weight. And yes, there are 7th graders back then who also weighed 70 pounds, but not a lot of them. So there I was, meeting at 7 a.m. and my junior high coach, his name was Mr. Owens. I can remember the mornings we went in there, we had those hand grips, and we were working those hand grips because we had to get a strong grip because we wanted to lock up those cradles. So as we fast forward through wrestling in high school and wrestling in college and my 21-year career at York, it brings us to this evening. It really goes without saying, to be successful, you need many good people surrounding you. So I'd like to thank all my former wrestlers who came and competed at York College and had many achievements both on the mats and in the classroom over the years. Also, trainers, very invaluable. Sue's sponsor was, we didn't have a trainer the first year I wrestled at York College, and now we have 3 full-timers, and very fortunate that Jen Robertson, our trainer, is here tonight, and keeping our kids healthy and back on the mats. And then also, invaluable assistant coaches. Behind every good man, they said there's a good woman, but behind every good head coach, there's great assistants. And I've been very fortunate to have some, and I just wanted real quick, Mark Lentz, Joe Dominic, Brandon Bailey, and today my current assistant coaches, Dwayne Bastress, who is here tonight getting inducted, and Corey King. We all have been part-time coaches at York College, which I know some people think we're full-time, so believe me, when we hit the door at 3:15, it's quite a challenge with everything that we do, but I think we built York into a very successful program this year. And then last but not least, I'd like to acknowledge several people here. That's why I had so many people cheering. I don't think I'm that popular, but I do have my parents here have been instrumental in my success. And first off, I have to start with my dad, Larry. He's been a constant attendance over the years. When I competed for York College, he never missed a match. It didn't matter what state or where we were, he was always there supporting me, and I always called him, he was my big athletic supporter. No pun intended there. Also, a special thanks. So it's a special moment for him to be here tonight to share this with me, along with my stepmom, Wanda, who's here. Also in attendance tonight is my daughter, Allie. And I was just talking to Lonnie, this goes years back when we were at the King's Tournament. He had 2 young daughters, and they were probably both 7 years old. And now my daughter's 18. I got to make sure these wrestlers don't look at her. So, being a single parent, Allie's been with me the last 8 years. So you can imagine that she's been at countless practices and traveling to many matches with me. And you see the movie Remember the Titans. A lot of people thought that was my daughter because she was at all the matches. And I kind of look back at some matches. I can remember we were wrestling Messiah, and it was my time to have her with me, and she had to come along when she was 6, so I had my managers watching her, so not the greatest dad, but she has endured this journey and my dedication to the sport of wrestling. One other person, 2 other people I want to thank real quick, and this was a shocker to me. To be a successful wrestler, you have to have a great wrestling partner. And I had a guy named Rich Wilczek who showed up tonight. Unbelievable. But Rich and I wrestled together 4 years at York College. Rich became an All-American the year before me and graduated. He came back the next year after he graduated to work out with me my senior year and pushed me to become an All-American. So, special guy. And I come down tonight and there he stands, him and his wife, and so I really appreciate them being here. And then finally, I got to say thanks to Coach Rich Oxane, who's here tonight, another Hall of Famer, and gave me the opportunity to follow in his footsteps at York College, and now into this distinguished Hall of Fame. And so it will continue as I step away this season, and one of my wrestlers, and now Hall of Famer, Dwayne Baxter, will be the next head coach. Quite a story for York College. I'm honored and humbled by tonight and thank everyone for this very special recognition. Again, I want to thank everybody. This will be a night I will cherish forever, and I wish everybody the best of luck tomorrow. That's your wrestle, York College.